Today I want to talk about why I feel physician-assisted suicide should be legalized in Nevada. Many of you might think, oh, that's so inhumane to kill a person. Is it? I don't believe so. Isn't it more inhumane to allow this person to suffer through excruciating pain, loss of bodily functions, and just deteriorate and have their family suffer watching them? I watched my mom die from metastatic breast cancer. It wasn't nice, and she suffered so much. Unfortunately, here in Nevada, that is not legal, so she had to suffer until she finally passed. We're allowed to put our animals down. We can euthanize a cat, a dog, any other animal, so they don't suffer. So why can't a human being have the right to choose on their own free will, not my choice to put my mom down like I did my dog, but of their own free will to die with dignity and not suffer for as long? So according to the web article, the state-by-state guide to physician-assisted suicide, there are 7 states plus the Washington, D.C. where it is legalized. They have very set rules and protocols that need to be followed. It varies a little bit from state to state, but they're all kind of pretty much the same. There is a difference, though, between euthanasia and physician-assisted suicide. Euthanasia is not legal anywhere in the United States. It falls under federal and state laws of murder. The euthanasia is where the physician or someone else would actually administer the lethal medications to the patient. Whereas in physician-assisted suicide, once certain protocols are followed, a prescription is written, the patient picks the prescription up. Then they will take that medication at the time they choose to end their life. And there's it's not like failed suicide attempts and now you've got more issues over it. It will work, and then their suffering will end. So part of the protocol is there's a patient eligibility. Number 1, there's a minimum age requirement. Out of the ones I was looking at, almost all of them had a minimum age requirement of 18 years of age. The patient also must be mentally competent to make this decision and choose to go this route. They must be a resident in the state. They can't, we can't leave from Nevada and go over to Colorado or California and say, I want to do this. You have to be a resident of that state. Also, they must have the diagnosis of a terminal illness with less than 6 months to live. And then as far as on the physician's end, there's protocol for them that would have to be followed as well. There would be one physician who's your primary physician is going to give you the diagnosis of this terminal illness and the prognosis of less than 6 months to live. The diagnosis and prognosis then has to be certified by another physician, both of which also have to be licensed in that state. So again, you can't get a diagnosis here and then go to another state and get it certified. It would all have to be here in Nevada. Also, the physician would need to discuss with the patient alternatives to this. So they have all information and they know that they're making a well-informed decision. Then there's a request timeline. So first the patient would have to orally tell the physician, this is what I choose to do. There would be most of them have a 21-day waiting period, and then you'd have to give a written request. Then again, another waiting period of maybe 20 more days, and another written request to the physician. After that second written request, there would be a 48-hour waiting period, and then the patient can pick up the medication, and they would take it at a time of their choice, when they are ready to finally let go and stop the suffering. When I was researching it, and I actually found out, which I wasn't aware, that the state of Nevada actually had a bill that they were going to put, the Senate signed it, but unfortunately they missed the deadline, so it didn't reach the ballot in 2017. It will be going, they do plan on submitting it and getting it on ballot in 2019 to put it up for a vote. Again, I believe it's a great option. It will also reduce some healthcare costs as well. I know everybody's thinking of it as a humane way or inhumane way, but our costs for our health insurance rise because of everything they have to pay out. So honestly, why are we giving patients medications for pain that aren't working? They're still suffering, they're gonna die. So if insurances aren't paying for what I consider wasted care, I don't know any other way to put it, maybe our healthcare costs will go down a little bit as far as our premiums for our healthcare insurance. But my main concern really was for the humanity. I mean, we as human beings should have the right to die with dignity and not suffer and just be, like I said, like feel a burden and not have your family suffer watching you that way. Thank you.